In today's news, Cable and Wireless say they are ready for the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season. 6th District Office officially opened. World Environment Day 2023 observed. The Art of a Distinguished Gentleman presents Sons in Suits Brunch, a celebration of fathers and sons, at Treasure Isle Hotel on Saturday, June 17th, 10:30 a.m. to 1 p.m., featuring guest speakers, Deputy Governor of the Virgin Islands David D. Archer Jr., Pastor Courtney Jones, entertainer Raul Jugusprov, entertainment by Johanse Smith and Che Pemberton, alongside DJ Molly. Tickets are $75 for a father and son duo and $40 single tickets. Fun, food, fellowship, and fatherhood. Lots of giveaways included. Ticket outlets are CCT flagship stores on Tortola and Virgin Gorda. Calling all fathers, sons, father figures, nephews, and uncles. Sons in Suits 2023, hosted by the Art of a Distinguished Gentleman, a red carpet celebration of fathers and sons. For more information, contact 442-3132. Proudly sponsored by CCT and 284 Media.
Happy Father's Day to you. Happy Father's Day.
Welcome viewers to this edition of 284 News. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Beginning our newscast on the local scene, the Virgin Islands is weeks away from the commissioning of an asphalt plant which promises to significantly slash the cost of upcoming roadworks being undertaken by the government of the Virgin Islands. This is according to a recent update provided by the Director of Public Works Department, Mr. Jeremy Hodge.
As you would note, the minister has been giving quite a few updates, and I've given a few myself. We've had quite a number of delays, but I'm happy to report that we're almost there. I would say weeks away to having a fully functioning asphalt plant. We have a brand new, modern Amen asphalt plant that can produce up to 100 tons of asphalt an hour. Wow. This is something that we need desperately in the territory. We have to be in a position where we can produce our own asphalt to maintain our roads, which would allow public works to be more responsive. It will also save the government a tremendous amount of money. It will save the government, based on what they pay to purchase it privately, save them more than a third of the cost per mile of road.
Hodge went on to provide some specifics as to where the project currently stands and what works will be done in the coming weeks.
Where we are right now, Paul, is that if we go more detailed, the silo is that big bin that the trucks, those 20-yard trucks that Public Works have, those green trucks that you're familiar with, would back up under to receive the asphalt. It's a big bin on stilts that will open and let the asphalt out. And it gets asphalt from the plant that will belt the asphalt up to that bin and open it. That needed some configuring. As we speak, my guys cast the pedestals for that to be mounted, which will be the last step for the silo to be addressed. We have to let the pedestals cure for about 7 to 10 days because it's a very heavy piece of equipment to place on top of that. We also have the electricals being completed as we speak. BVI EC has just today placed a brand new transformer on the site, and it's, I think it's hooked up and everything and ready to go. Thank you, BVI EC. They have been there very helpful to us. We also have been constructing the shed, or the shed for the heating elements. We have some elements that has to heat the oil. The oil comes in these 20-foot containers. Imagine a 20-foot container filled with thick tar oil, we call bitumen. It has to be heated with an element, and it has some electronic devices that has to control that heat. And we're building that shed. We cast that today as well, where they will back right up in there. We'll be able to heat it and transport that oil into the 40-foot container that houses the oil that feeds the plant.
He estimated a timeline lands the completion of the plant towards the end of June and its official commissioning ceremony possibly in the first week of July.
So once those are completed and all have a time to be completed the third week in June, Amen, we have a WhatsApp chat with them so they know every step of the way we are so that they can be ready to come and commission the plant. So I'm optimistic that the plant will be commissioned. We'll have Amen in here the latest, the first week in July also to be here. Not only will they be commissioning the plant, but they'll be training my guys. We'll also be inviting private technical persons to learn how to operate the plant. We at Public Works and the Ministry of Works, we want to make sure we embrace the community to be a part of this venture as we get our asphalt plant working and start to upgrade our physical infrastructure, our roads infrastructure.
Now, in addition to its core role providing materials for local projects, Hodge stressed that the new plant will provide training opportunities for many Virgin Islanders.
As we move forward, government, we have a lot of people complain about government. We don't have enough employees and this and that and everything.
It's always something.
But I'm not going to keep beating that dead horse. What I'm going to do is incorporate young men and women that are interested. After the plant is up, of course, we're going to train people to run the plant, maintain the plant. We're also going to train persons on how to build asphalt roads and what it means to have long-lasting, durable asphalt roads. We'll be inviting or actually having an engineer to come and work with my roads engineer to administer that training so that persons who have that interest and that inclination for that, we can train them. They can build their own teams because we have lots of roads to rebuild.
I agree.
And we want to be able to spread out. My team, they're very good, well trained, but they won't be able to do it all. And if we do attempt to do it all, it's going to take us quite a long time to do it. And I know that I've had this conversation with both the Premier and the Minister of Communication and Works, both the Honorable Natalia Whitley and Honorable Kyrema. I'm going to call their name, right? Because we didn't have that meeting in public, and I want everyone to hear that they're committed to make sure that we're successful as we move ahead to address our road infrastructure.
On yesterday, Monday, June 5th, 2023, the Honorable Myron V. Walwyn, District 6 representative and supporters officially commissioned the new 6th District office, catering to residents of the 6th District. The office was blessed by Pastor Calvin Mills of the Church of God of Holiness in Bogus Bay. In speaking to our agency, the Honorable Walwyn shared the purpose of the office as well as the reasoning behind its opening.
The District 6 office was one of the campaign promises made to the people of the district. I thought it was important, and it's important, for residents to have a central point where they could meet their representative and interact with him or her to address issues that are affecting their lives. And it certainly helps the district representative to be more accessible to the residents and provide that point of contact where whenever there is an issue, as simple as it may be, if it has to do with water, being off, to something about a job or grants, or whatever it is that you need your district representative, you should be able to make contact with that person at a particular location. And that is why we found the office was important, and we decided to open it today. And I'm grateful, very, very grateful for the opportunity to be able to serve people from that office.
Honorable Walwyn spoke directly to the various services that will be offered at the office to registered voters of District 6.
The services that we'll be offering are, of course, daily meeting hours with myself as a district representative, job placement services, resume preparation services, passport and visa waiver applications, assistance with social development grant applications, assistance with residency and belonger applications, filling and free delivery of medical prescriptions for seniors. We're going to do this on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Free notarial and commission of oath services for 6 district registered voters. We have special hours for Spanish-speaking residents on Saturdays from 1 p.m. to 7 p.m. As you know, we have a large Spanish-speaking population in District 6, and we want to ensure that they can access the services as well. The persons who are Spanish-speaking in our community, they can come any day of the week that they wish, but they will have someone who's bilingual on Saturdays that can assist persons who do not speak English very well. We don't want them to be left behind. We're going to be offering food pantry services, so those persons in our community who are the most vulnerable ones, they can come by and they can get pick up something from our pantry to take care of themselves and their families. And of course, continuous voter registration. These are just some of the services, but as I said earlier, we want to be able to, the office to serve as a central point for anything. So if there's a problem in the district, as I said, if your water is off, if the garbage bins are overflowing and they need to be addressed, whatever the issue is, if you see something in the district that is not right, you pick the phone up and you call the office number, 5400802. Someone will be there to take your calls and we'll address whatever issues you're facing.
Additionally, he shared the hours of operation and future plans for an additional office in Bellevue.
In the initial stages, our office hours will be from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. We are also seeking to open an office, a district office in the Bellevue area as well, because we want to ensure that we are accessible to as many persons in the district as possible. Bellevue is a bit far off from Purcell Estate and Boggers Bay. And so we wanted to be able to be closer to the Bellevue community to provide the services that they need. So in about a month and a half or so, we should have a next office opened in the Bellevue area to provide services. And that will certainly then affect our office hours currently from 11 to 7. We'll have to break it up between the two places so that we can provide the services to the entire community.
The office was one of the main areas campaigned on by Walwyn on the campaign trail, and the district rep said he was pleased to be able to deliver on that promise. For more information regarding the office, residents can visit the office at the Stonehaven building in Port Purcell. Viewers, up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Rashford made it. Manchester United have come from behind to lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctvvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in. When you're in need of air conditioning, installation, repairs, or replacement services, Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration has the professional technicians, equipment, parts, and ACs to get the job done right. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration carries top brands like Daikin, Aircon, Mitsubishi, and more. We're open Monday to Saturday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located in Fish Bay. Telephone 340-4114 or 343-9511. Markinson Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, providing exceptional services to the British Virgin Islands since 2015.
So you're saying I can ask this cat any question?
The cat is connected to the computer. You just type in the question, it will read his mind. There the answer comes.
You're the man! I've been looking for this for weeks.
Welcome back, viewers. Thank you so much for sticking with us. On June 5th, the international community observed World Environmental Day with a specific focus on bringing an end to plastic pollution. Our Jaka Wooding has this report.
World Environment Day is the biggest international day for the environment. Led by the United Nations Environment Programme, UNEP, and held annually since 1973, it has grown to be the largest global platform for environmental outreach. It is celebrated by millions across the world annually. World Environment Day 2023 is hosted by Côte d'Ivoire and supported by the Netherlands, and the theme focuses on solutions to plastic pollution under the campaign #BeatPlasticPollution. It is a reminder that people's actions on plastic pollution matters, and the steps that governments and businesses are taking to tackle plastic pollution are a consequence of this action. Individuals, communities, civil society, businesses, and governments around the world spent that day marking World Environment Day with a focus on solutions to plastic pollution.
Every year, over 400 million tons of plastic is produced worldwide, 1/3 of which is used just once. Every day, the equivalent of over 2,000 garbage trucks full of plastic is dumped into our oceans, rivers, and lakes. The consequences are catastrophic. Microplastics find their way into the food we eat, the water we drink, and the air we breathe. Plastics is made from fossil fuels. The more plastic we produce, the more fossil fuel we burn, and the worse we make the climate crisis. But we have solutions. Last year, the global community began negotiating a legally binding agreement to end plastic pollution. This is a promising first step, but we need all hands on deck.
We want Global Plastics Treaty!
A new report by the UN Environment Programme shows that we can reduce plastic pollution by 80% by 2040 if we act now to reuse, recycle, reorient and diversify away from plastics. We must work as one, governments, companies and consumers alike, to break our addiction to plastics, champion zero waste and build a truly circular economy. Together, let us share a cleaner, healthier and more sustainable future for all.
Humanity produces over 430 million tons of plastic annually, 2/3 of which are short-lived products that soon become waste. While the social and economic costs of plastics range between 300 to 600 billion US dollars a year, according to a recent UNEP report titled Turning Off the Tap, plastic pollution could reduce by 80% by 2040 if countries and companies make deep policy and market shifts using existing technologies.
We are calling on everyone to help beat plastic pollution. Why, you might ask? Well, because plastic pollution is choking our ecosystems, warming our climate, and very likely damaging our health. Recycling is not the sole solution nor the magic bullet. Our system simply can't cope. Change has to happen across the whole life cycle of plastics. We must refuse unnecessary single-use items. We must redesign products and packaging to use less plastic. We must reuse, recycle, and reorient and diversify our systems. This is how we keep plastic out of the ecosystems and in the economy. Everyone must play their part. Governments can deliver a strong outcome on the deal to end plastic pollution, which is currently under negotiation. And businesses can adopt a life cycle approach. And the financial sector can put its capital right behind this very transformation that we need to see. And we, citizens, we can use our voices, our votes, and our wallets to drive change.
Hundreds of thousands of people participated in World Environment Day online with the hashtags World Environment Day and Beat Plastic Pollution trending at number 1 and 2 respectively on Twitter. More than 50,000 people downloaded the UNEP's Beat Plastic Pollution Practical Guide. These events, actions, and exhibits taking place in community centers, schools, businesses, and homes illustrate how individuals and communities are important drivers of environmental action. They can spur governments, cities, financial institutions, and industries to use their capacity to invest in and implement large-scale solutions to overcome and reverse plastic pollution crisis. Jaka Wooding, Tweet for News.
Up next, we have more local news. We'll be right back after a quick commercial break.
Yup, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got here. My name is Kamal Haynes. Most of you know me from 284 News, but now you get to see me in a different light on my very own show called Health is Wealth. We have Joel Turnbull.
I don't want you to arch your back when you're pulling down.
Milton McLean.
First of all, right, your footwork.
Stephen Payne.
That was a 9 out of 10. I know you got the service down pat.
Steve Augustine.
You did a pretty hard workout today, so perhaps...
And as you can see, it's actually
you're feeling it.
Lonzo Boynes.
Taekwondo.
Adam Murrows.
I'll speak as if you're an absolute beginner.
I am an absolute beginner.
You are an absolute beginner.
And Seth Graham.
It bites.
It will bite.
Get your water, get your fruits and veggies, and experience a wealth of knowledge about getting healthy.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I huff. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you so much for sticking with us. Closing out our newscast, the BVI Music Festival is set to make a return on a yet-to-be-decided date in 2024 after a 10-year hiatus, and the customary location of Cane Garden Bay may not be replaced. This after Premier and Minister of Finance Dr. The Honorable Natalia Wheatley confirmed during a press conference last Friday that other locations are currently being discussed for the major festival.
Other locations have been discussed. I don't think any final decisions have been made as it pertains to locations. So I'll leave that to the Tourist Board. The Tourist Board will be managing the Music Fest moving forward. So I'm pretty sure I've pledged to them that I'll provide them with some financial support early so that they can start their planning early, book artists early, and I'm pretty sure that they'll be able to put out a save the date at some point later this year so persons can start planning for Music Festival.
The cancellation of the BVI Music Festival came in 2014, and organizers blamed financial constraints and the government's decision not to provide major sponsorship as done in the past as the main reason for its cancellation. Meanwhile, residents can expect more details on the upcoming Emancipation Festival to be released in the coming days, including the names of artists who will be headlining this year's festivities. Chairman of the VI Festival and Fairs Committee, Mr. Dirk Walters, made the announcement while at the press conference himself on Friday, stating that the planning has been going well so far.
The planning has been going very well thus far. We actually started planning, doing our strategic analysis and planning from many, many months ago, as late as late last year. So the conversations have been going very well. We've been engaging a lot of different performers, artists, seeing how we can actually enhance the whole festival product and get it out there as early as possible. Persons may have realized that we actually put out a save the date from since last year and then put it out again early this year, as well as the schedule of events, which, as I mentioned earlier, actually encompasses when festival starts, the main activities, including the pageants and all of these things, so person can actually start planning. So right now, we're just going to, very soon, within a couple of days, start releasing the specific artists that are going to be performing in the festival. And we've been in contact with sponsors, potential sponsors, industry partners, to see how we can all work together, including the media, to enhance it.
Cable and wireless communications operators of the Flow Business, Cable and Wireless Business, and BTC brands in the Caribbean region have confirmed their readiness in its hurricane preparedness across the region ahead of the 2023 Atlantic hurricane season, which begins on June 1st. Now, although early hurricane forecast from Colorado State University and the weather company are predicting a slightly lower than average number of named storms in 2023, they also indicate that there is increased uncertainty in the prediction models due to other mitigating factors. Data has confirmed the end of the 3-year weather pattern known as La Nina, which is cooling of equilateral practice, of course, across the Pacific waters, and show these waters are now warming, which will give rise to the re-emergence of the weather effect known as El Nino. Now, the changing weather patterns, in addition to continued warming in the Atlantic, are driving the increased uncertainty in creating reliable predictions for the season. Considering this, Cable and Wireless Communications has ensured that its normal precautionary measures to safeguard its employees, customers, and operations are in a state of readiness for the hurricane season. They said, and I quote, "We are proud of our track record of maintaining reliable connections across the Caribbean. Our teams are finalizing such exercises and readiness of our networks to ensure that nothing is left to chance," said Ing Smits, Chief Executive Officer of Cable and Wireless Communications. Now, the company also utilizes, they say, a state-of-the-art subsea network, which is one of the most secure, they said, within the systems of the Western Hemisphere, which increase redundancy added by incorporating alternative routes for data and mobile traffic within the event of an emergency. They said, and I quote, "Our investments in the added redundancy capabilities of our sub-area network and strategically placed data centers located outside of the hurricane belt continue to provide an additional layer of protection for connectivity within the region." They said, "Our business operates around 3 core pillars: connectivity, care, and commitment. Our focus," they say, "is on delivering reliable connectivity to the region remains paramount, but equally important is ensuring that we are positioned to assist in delivering essential care to our customers and employees should natural disasters such as hurricanes occur." In 2022, the assistance of our Cable and Wireless Charitable Foundation, we are able to reconnect students sitting for examinations in Turks and Caicos who were displaced following the hurricanes. They also say they provided communication equipment to first responders in St. Lucia and supported 50 families in Trinidad following local flooding. They say they remain committed to regional governments, schools, healthcare providers, businesses, and the communities they serve, as they know they rely on the customers to keep them connected. They also said, "We are hopeful that disruption due to hurricanes in 2023 will be minimal, but we have taken the necessary steps to, of course, ensure we are ready to respond if the need arises." And that's it for today's News Roundup. I want to thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at 284media.com, and of course, like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. I'll see you again tomorrow. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening. Goodbye.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Over there. You must have cut fun to people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
To lead.
At home or on the go, watch CCT Live. Download our app and carry your favorite TV shows, news, or live sports anywhere you go. Visit cctbvi.com/live, select your package, and tune in.